Hi, Natural Languages friends. How are you doing today? Hope you're good. All right. Well, welcome to a new video of this series on resources to learn Spanish on the intermediate level. Okay. And once again, we're all different. This is approximate. So, give all these resources a try. And if they work for you, great. Go ahead and, and use them. If not, no problem. Try a different one. All right. And before we get into it, let me remind you to subscribe to my channel if you like these videos, if you're getting useful information in your language learning journey, all right? And yeah, click on like as well, share it with friends and family, because I really appreciate it, because you'll be helping me a lot and you'll be helping to spread this message, okay? And yeah, with that being said, let's get into it. You might be wondering what I mean by using your inner circle, all right? What I mean is, if you have someone in your inner circle, like a friend, family member, that already speaks your target language, you can use that to your advantage. And you can use it in the following way, all right? You know, you can just talk to them the same way you do with a native person of a native speaker of the language, all right? Like a language exchange and stuff like that. But you can just make a little twist that's gonna make it even more useful, and I'll tell you what it is. Yeah, based on the same principles I talked about in the previous video, which I'll leave the link for in the description. Remember that I talked about language exchanges in which both participants speak their native language, right? So they're not forced to speak the target language when they're not ready for it yet, all right? So by doing that, let's say, I don't know, your brother, you want to learn Spanish and your brother already speaks the language, all right? So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have him speak to you in Spanish, and depending on your level, if you don't feel comfortable to start speaking yet, you can just reply in your native language. Let's say English in this case, all right? So your brother will be talking to you in Spanish all the time, and of course he needs to modify his speech a little bit, use gestures or whatever it takes to help you understand the message. All right, that's the most important thing, as usual. If you understand what he's saying, you're learning the language. It's that simple. Once again. So have him speak to you in Spanish, and you're gonna reply in English all the time. Because again, we know comprehensible input is the key to the entire process. And when you feel ready to start speaking, you both can just speak Spanish. That's totally fine. Okay. But at the beginning, I find that the thing that frustrates people the most is trying to speak the language when they're not ready for it yet, and realizing that they can't, because they think they should be able to speak the language because they can understand a fair share of it, right? But it just doesn't work like that. You can always understand way more than you can speak. It just works like that. We see it with kids and their native languages all the time, all right? So yeah, don't worry about it. Focus on comprehensible input, like I'm always saying, all right? And yeah, that way, when you're replying in English to your brother, in this example, if your answer makes sense, or if you sort of get the conversation going in the right way, your brother can see that you're understanding what he's saying, all right? So that's a source of comprehensible input that you can work on every single day, if it's a brother you live with, like in this example. And believe me, it's amazing. And I'm gonna give you an example in a second, all right? But yeah, just give it a try if you know someone in your family or a friend that already speaks the language, because you're going to be surprised by how interesting it is and how useful. Because we're talking about real life, everyday conversation. So again, as everything I talk about in this channel, interesting, useful, and fun resources. All right, nothing about grammar and so on. Okay. So let me give you an example. Actually, some years ago, when I started studying French, I was living in Spain, back in my parents' house, and my mom speaks French perfectly. Like she used to be a French teacher. Okay, so my parents have friends in France. They go there, not every year, but many times. And what I did is I told my mom to speak to me in French. I mean, in that moment, I did study French in high school and so on, but I didn't remember anything, you know, just a few words here and there. So I told her to speak to me in French during lunch, all right? So, you know, lunch and dinner, for example, which is, I don't know, an hour a day or whatever you want, all right? And yeah, and I told her to, you know, use gestures, speak slowly, speak clearly, so I understood the message. Again, that's the most important thing. And she did that, and I will only reply in Spanish. And by my appropriate answers, she saw that I was understanding the message, all right? And again, like I talked about in the previous video on language exchanges, when you're using your native language to reply, you're not stressed. You're not thinking about what you're going to say next when the other person is speaking. And surprisingly enough, you understand more than you would if you had to reply in the direct language, right? So that's super useful, believe me. And yeah, like I said, if my mom is talking about, I don't know, the weather, and I reply with something completely different, okay, she sees that I didn't understand anything, all right? But if I sort of follow the conversation, I keep it going the right way, it's easy to see that I understand what she's saying. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you guys today. And you know, if you don't have someone in your family or a friend who speaks your target language, that's okay. You know, you can try other different resources that I'm talking about in this channel. Don't worry. But if you do, this is an extremely useful idea, extremely useful resource. Believe me, because it's pretty much, you know, it's stress-free because, you know, it's someone you know. They're gonna make the effort to make message comprehensible for you. And like I said, you're not forced to speak the language, your target language, when you might not be ready for it yet. All right. And again, later on, when you get better and better, you can use, you know, keep a normal conversation going in your target language. That's totally fine. That's up to you, up to every individual case as well, right? Just whenever you feel ready for it. All right. So cool. That's my idea for today's video, guys. And yeah, again, thank you. And if you enjoyed it, you know, click on the like button and subscribe to my channel. That's gonna really help me a lot. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video in this series and other, you know, ideas that I'm talking about in this channel. I hope you enjoyed it and you have a good day, whatever you might be. Bye-bye. Thank you.